When singer-songwriter, actor and poet Jewel signed her first deal with Atlantic Records at the age of 19, she admits she was pretty wet behind the ears.
I was raised on a ranch in Alaska. My dad's a cowboy, and I grew up on a working ranch. I actually grew up in a saddle barn with a coal stove, and we only lived off of what we were able to raise. We lived in a very secluded part of the state, so we had an outhouse and no running water in the whole 9 yards.
Having grown up on music by artists from every genre, Atlantic were finding her eclectic songwriting and singing style hard to pigeonhole.
But the way the business works is there are very specific genres, and I started to learn that because nobody knew where to put me. I had a label that was scratching their head looking at me going, "We don't know what you are. We don't know what little box to put you in." And amazingly, I've made it as a songwriter.
Despite her record company's concerns, her debut album, Pieces of You, much of which was recorded at the coffee house in San Diego where she regularly played, went on to become one of the biggest-selling debut albums of all time. It produced the top 10 singles, Foolish Games, You Were Meant for Me, and Who Will Save Your Soul. But it was her fourth album, released in 2001, that brought her the most critical acclaim. This Way, with its raw live edge, sold over 1.5 million copies. Two less well-received albums later, and she decided she needed a change of direction.
It was frustrating, and I really, as I saw the pop field narrow, and as I've been watching what's been happening in country radio, it took me a long time to fulfill my contract with Atlantic, and I didn't renegotiate because I knew I was going to make a full-fledged country effort.
That effort was Perfectly Clear, which debuted at #1 on the Billboard Country Album Charts in August 2008, a week after she married her boyfriend of 10 years, Ty Murray. For Jewel, who'd recorded nearly all of her previous albums in Nashville, finally giving herself over to her country roots must have been something of a relief.
My fans are very well versed in my country music, and it's my style. It's just my little style of songwriting that happens to fit, I hope, on country radio.